Very warm welcome to you, cutie pie. So, as your friend here, I am going to prepare you for what's coming in the next bull market. So, what I've noticed is the market's getting harder, and I've been in markets for 10 to 12 years. It's no different to me. It comes in, people come in, they get smarter. The hedge funds, the nerds, a lot of pens, a lot of front pockets. They come in, they make the market more efficient. Okay, there's less low-hanging fruit. So those sweet cherries, okay, they're not actually cherries. You are starting to sniff hairy, sweaty balls. You have to remember that the only way for us to win as retailers is long-term buy and hodl. That's how we win with compound gains. And so they're going to try to put these other sweet cherry fruits in front of you. Don't forget, they are sweaty balls, unshaven, and they're stinky. So what they're going to try to do is you're going to see more people try to sell you more trading-related courses, applications, ideas. And now with artificial intelligence, AI, they're going to then mix it in because it's a buzzword with it. So what you're going to think is, you're going to think if there's trading, you're like, oh, wow, there's a market here. I'll be able to trade and make money. If I use AI, I'm going to go to TradingView here, put my little Pine editor and copy paste it. And like, wow, I'll be able to code and do really cool things, okay? So this is not going to be the reality. You're going to find out the hard way. All you've done is enrich the person who's selling you the course. And I've explained here why. So don't fall for these traps. If you are long and strong, we don't fall for these traps because we are already going to be. So when Bitcoin starts to move up, this first wave, our altcoins are probably up 400%. Okay, but to get the next 400%, people are not going to be excited about it, 4x. So they're going to start doing the gambling at the very end. But for us, we get a total 4x4 16x. Hopefully it's higher in our coins. You see the point? So if you get in early, you don't need to do anything. You don't even have the FOMO to do anything. But people who get in at the very end, which is what they will, they're going to be fighting over for these little amounts of money. And that's the psychology going behind them. That's why it's going to be so dangerous for a lot of people who come in at the very end. So what they're going to start to see is trading courses using ChatGPT and AI. And let me explain why. So most people, they're going to make courses. They're going to say, let's transform your trading. I'm going to make you all this money. You're going to use prompts for ChatGPT. Here are the secrets, right? And here I saw these threads and examples. We're going to go through them. I'm going to show you right now. Let's read the first page. Professional traders rake in a whopping $300,000 per year, but fear not. ChatGPT can transform into your crypto money-making machine. Get ready to dive into profitable strategies and start feeling the money flow. So it looks like this thing itself was written by ChatGPT, by the way. Okay, so look at this. Here, your friend explains. Using AI to make trading strategies, it does seem like a genius idea at first. But all you're doing is telling the AI to give you the most optimal trading strategy that works today and then plug it into TradingView, all right? Unfortunately, friends, markets are not static. They are constantly evolving. Not everyone can win in markets. So just as a philosophical, right? And this is actually true, okay? In every window of time, maybe 10 people enter, okay? There are 10 people who enter. But what happens is when we've reached that window of time, let's say we're now in January 2025, you know, of those 10 people, there were 3 who won, 7 who lost. You know, those 7 who lost, they actually go away. And instead, a new 7 people enter. So those old 7 people are gone. And the way they traded, the algorithms they used, the methods they used, the RSI, the moving average, whatever they were using didn't work, they got weeded out. And then new people come in. And this is constantly happening in markets. And then those 3 people who are winning, they actually get threatened too. Sometimes that goes down to 2 people and now you have 8 on the other side. So that's how people get out of careers or into careers into the markets. It's a very short-term thing. That's why markets are constantly moving in terms of what's optimal. And here I explain further for you because you're a baby doll pumpkin, okay, and a blueberry pie, mind you. So look at this, okay, point number 3. So the tool that they're going to use, okay, it might tell you today, I've seen this right now, they'll say, well, if you use a 10-period moving average with a 100-period moving average, it might give you like an 85% win rate. And here I have just this cute example. I've put it on for you. This little blue line is the 10 period. The orange line is the 100. So this isn't real, right? But I'm just telling you, this is what it looks like. So like you think of this, you go, wow, if I just put my alerts, if I buy when the blue crosses above, so this crosses down here, you get short. When it crosses above, you get long, you go, you get in, you get long, short, whatever, you set it up. You think it looks great, you think it's great. But actually what's happening is, no, that works for these market conditions. It works with, like if you go back to this chart, when you see a chart, most people just see these prices, but you don't see the context, right? You don't see that this is 1 year before the Bitcoin halving. You don't see that the S&P 500 is above its 200 moving day average and S&P 500 is bullish. You don't see that the currencies are stable. You see all these other contexts of the markets out there. You don't see any of that. So you just think, okay, 10 period crosses over 100, 85% win rate. But what's going to happen is you'll start doing it and you'll realize two things. First, the fees and the slippage when you're buying and you're selling what you think you get out, they're not perfect. There's slippages along the way and they eat into your costs. So you think you're making 100 units when really you're making like 70 units on the upside. And then what you'll find is the win rate will change. So you think, wait a minute, it was 85% for the past 3 months, and then you load in money, you start doing it, and you're like, wait a minute, I'm getting about 42%. What you don't know is maybe the strategy is like 51% over the year, and you're going to find out the hard way. Most people actually quit when it goes down. So what you have to do is you have to start doing like statistics tests. You got to check, okay, am I forward testing right? I have to do randomized tests. So what you have to do is, right, it's becoming a full-time job, friends. So what you have to do is you have to go go back like 2 years ago for BNB, choose a random period, and then you have to get it to test. You go, okay, test what did the trading strategy do during this random period, and then go check another random period and another random period. Okay, so what you've also got to do is forward testing. So you've got to go back like a year ago, and then you've got to get the AI to find you the optimal moving average. Maybe it's like a 15 with 100 instead of a 10. But then what you've got to do is when you're using that test, you've got to then walk forward in time and test what you were using in the past. So what you're doing is you're becoming a full-time algo kid here. It's not really automatic at all. Do you see how these things, this complexity start adding on, and you really got to know what you're doing? So you can learn this the easy way or the hard way. And yeah, I mean, it's a cool endeavor. You can go do this and try it and then like fail, right? Most people are gonna do, they're gonna experience that. But you're gonna be looking at these little trading stuff. You're gonna realize things the hard way, friends. You're gonna try things on 1 hour frame, 4 hour frame. But what you're not gonna know is that there actually is a method that crushes all of these people. And yeah, you know exactly what that is. Okay, that's why I told you, instead of trying to be the 5 out of 100 people that make it, what you should be doing is try to increase your liquidity position today. That's why the bull market, it might be over in 2 years. Do you want to spend 18 months just to get break even? Do you want to spend that, friends? It's probably better. It's easier. Go get a second job. Go sell other items and buy what you can. Maybe you can sell stocks. Maybe you can get an extra equity on your house that you don't need. Maybe you're in a good position. Maybe you can ask for extra hours. Whatever it is you can do to try and make more money. Another job, ask for more hours, promotion, whatever it is. I mean, those are the things you got to be thinking about right now. Not, am I going to be the like 5 out of 100 people that are maybe going to make it and maybe have a career advert? Because those people who are going to make it, I'll tell you right now, they're not reading these threads to get inspired. They're not saying, wow, I never knew I could make AI and coding strategies. People who love markets are already doing this stuff. You don't need to be like promoted this from someone else who's going to show you something else. So what you're going to find, right? These strategies and monitoring it every day, make sure, is the win rate the same? Am I actually making money? I've had a down month. You got to do all these stat tests to check if you're actually winning. And now you realize, okay, it's actually a full-time effort. It's a commitment. It's not, let me put in this thing and it works. Because I tell you, the win rate will change. You might find in 3 months that the 10-period moving average sucks. You might find that, oh my God, I've got to move to something else now. Maybe I've got to move to the 30-period moving average, right? And then you're not going to know this. You're going to have to test it and still sit in the game, right? So, and you got to keep committing. You got to go through losing periods. And then you have to account for the fact that there's going to be huge volatility periods. You know, crypto moves like, like a little elastic band, then bang, moves up. Has your system adjusted for that? You got to adjust your risk. Now you got to throw in stuff like, okay, now I have to have money allocated based off the relative ATR of what the market's doing. Basically, if it hasn't been moving a lot, then I have bigger dollar amount risk. If it has been moving like this, okay, I can't risk $1,000 for 1% now. I've got to risk like $200 because it's moving more. Most people, of course, I already know. They don't know what they're doing. Unfortunately, it's just very easy to get destroyed doing this and waste your time. But hey, if you feel passionate about this, go and try it. Good luck. Okay, it's really cool if you can get this to work, but not everyone can get it to work. You know what they can get to work though? Okay, the real people making money, they're selling tutorials on it. That's how they make it to work. They're like, well, if I can just teach other people and me not do it, that's great. So that's what happens. They'll do a paid group. They'll educate you. And look, education's fine, but I just wanted to let you know, the people who are making money doing this, they're not on the internet telling you. I promise you right now. I promise you they are not on the internet telling everybody what they're doing. Because remember my example, man. There are 10 people in the arena here. Okay, yeah. Only 2 are winning and 8 are losing. You're not going to find one of these 2 people to be telling the other 8 how he's winning. It does not work like that. You can't work like that. If he does that, then he might end up on this side and someone from here ends up on this side because you've given them the idea. You've improved somebody who was position number 3, who was actually still losing. Now you've made him number 2, okay? That's why you don't find these hedge fund quant people. They're not on the internet talking to people and giving out their edge. That's why these people are selfish cockroach scum friends. You can't trust them. If they're sharing something with you, they're grifting. That's why it's like you can see these slimy people when they're out there putting stuff in your face. I'm here to tell you, thank you very much. You like, subscribe, bell button, all. I'm here to tell you, look at this slimy person. We probably got to be doing the opposite. They're telling us to be buying or should be selling. They're telling us to be selling and it's a scam. Okay, I'm going to go investigate to be buying. So I'm here to think about you, right? Our friendship, all right? So don't forget, nothing in this life comes easy, friends. Nothing. But you got to think about your time. Crypto moves so fast. So, you know, if we're in the stock market, maybe you'd be able to make a case, okay, I've got a 5-year vision, 10-year vision. But here's the thing, man. Crypto is growing so fast. We're running out of time. The low-hanging fruit, other people, they're going to be sniffing balls later on, but they're actually cherries right now. They are cherries, okay? Yes, 10x, believe it or not, is a lot of money. 1,000% is a lot of money, friends. The S&P 500 is giving you on average 7% per year, okay? So don't sit here and tell me that 1,000% is too low. It's not. You know what's too low? Your exposure. You should be finding your way to increase your exposure. Maybe in crypto right now in your bags, maybe you only have 1 month of your year's income into crypto. Maybe you only have 1 month. But if you increase that to 6 months, now we're cooking with gas. Because if 6 months got multiplied by 10, you have 60 months worth of income. You've got 5 years to sit there. And then maybe in the next cycle, you can make another 3x. Now you can have 15 years. You've actually retired now. If you do the maths now, 15 years. But if you're just sitting here around trying to put in these like, oh, let's put $500 into this trading account. It's okay, but you got to think about what mental capital are you allocating here and where could it be put elsewhere for you to try increase your position while this beautiful crypto casino, this Ponzi, is on its way up before it's too late, okay? Because we're running out of time. Eventually, well, Fred, it's going to be like, eventually we're going to be like here, and then we're like, well, what's there to do? It's only the exit signs. We're going to be waiting for the exits. Like, okay, is Bitcoin going to stop at 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110? Are we going to get a friendship prophecy? That's where we're going to have to really think about the whole scenario. And look, when we get to this scenario, you're going to be wishing you go back in time. You're like, oh man, if only I just went all in. If only I just bought and held. That's what you're going to be saying. How do I know that? Go speak to everybody who unfortunately was listening to the biggest YouTube influencers in crypto telling them to leverage trade. Sign up to Bybit. Oh my God, I got a long. Oh my God. Shoving it in our faces. It's just like showing drugs to kids. It really is, okay? We learn by osmosis, friends. As humans, when things get shoved in our face, we start to trust that person and that thing more. But they're actually pieces of subhuman trash. They know that the win rate for this stuff is only 1%. They know that. And if you don't believe me, just go listen to them for 5 seconds. What do they always say? They'll always say, please do it properly. Please manage risk, okay? This is stupid. This is pathetic words, okay? That's like literally you put a gun in a child's hand and you say, please don't shoot anybody with a beating heart. You can't do that. They know they can't do that. They know this. This is pathetic words, okay? This does not stand up with me. Okay, you got to have some morals and ethics somewhere and draw the line. Okay, they know what they're doing. You can't just go say, hey, look at all these really illicit substances, these drugs given to children, etc., etc. But do them responsibly. Do them responsibly. No, okay. You gotta take a stand somewhere, friends. And now you've learned this, okay. But the good thing is this is behind us. So yeah, look, there's cool information out there, friends, to see. It's really cool, you know. There's AI bots and all this trading, but just don't forget at the end of the day, I've seen all this. It's been so many years. It's fascinating to me because crypto is so new, okay? These things are all from the traditional finance system. That's why I know all these, because everyone in those traditional finance system, everybody literally over the age of like 40 who's been in the game for like more than 5 years, they know they're all scams. It's only new people who come in who don't know. They come in, they think, oh, this person sounds smart. They're wearing a suit. Maybe they're clean shaven. Okay, that's why you gotta be super careful when it comes to this. Okay, there is a price for everything, and even if this does work out for you, I want you to remember this. At the end of the day, who made a lot of money in the past bull market? Was it that spastic who was like doing these little 2x leverage trades, or was it the person who went, you know what? I like dogs, and Elon likes dogs, and I'm going to buy Doge, you know, because Doge went 228x. Don't forget that, friends. Don't ever forget that. This does not happen in the stock market like this. While we can value these network effects and see this path coming out clear, we have to take advantage of it. Because, yeah, one day it's all going to be gone. I promise you the edge is going to be gone. But while it's still here, instead of sniffing those hairy balls, let's eat some cherries. Like, subscribe, bell button, all. Tell mom and dad we appreciate the cherries. We're going to keep eating them for high nutrients. Catch you in the next one.